Nah, man, I'm good. Don't worry.
Leave.
Whoa, don't touch me, buddy. What do you think you're going to do?
I'm going to get your ass out of here. That's what I'm going to do.
What's your name and badge number?
I don't have a badge number.
What's your name?
You're not filming.
You ready for a battery charge?
Let's go.
Where does the law say that? What law is that?
Wait a minute. Is this a court building? Courthouse?
Yeah.
So are you the supervisor?
No, this is the court. This is where the judges in the courthouse.
What's your name?
Officer Borth, you can leave.
Officer what?
Borth, you can leave.
Boruff, B-O-R-U-F-F.
That's right.
Okay, if I'm free to leave, I'm free to stay, buddy.
This is the judge's building, which has the courtroom.
When I'm telling you to leave, you need to
Okay,
leave.
so
So we
hey,
can't do in the public areas.
Correct.
where the law ends, there tyranny begins. What law is it that says I can't record here? I'm going to need you to tell me the
I'm not
name.
going to talk to you, okay?
Right, so what law is it? Okay, so if not, then I'm going to get in there. So take my stuff, run it through the scanner. I'm going to walk through that scanner, and I'm going to do everything that I want to, as long as it complies with the law in the public areas. So you guys can take your little attitude and your ego and get the hell out of here, get back in your office. You understand me? Yeah, he is. He just came down here and battered me. Do you understand that? Who are you? Are you in charge? I need a supervisor. Get a supervisor. All right, so do you always let your employees batter people when they want
When I
to?
tell you to leave, then you leave.
No, you're not the law, pal.
I am.
You are the law.
I am the law in here.
No, you're not, dude. The
I am.
law is the law.
No, I'm
We
the law.
are a country governed by laws, not by persons.
Okay.
You are an absolute tyrant, aren't you?
Let me ask. Let me just.
You don't need to ask, man. Go read a law book and fire this guy. He just battered the public. Do you understand that?
It doesn't matter.
Everybody's name and badge number. What's your name? And let's get everybody's name. Hey, man.
What? Hold on a minute.
Name? No, I need their names. Identify. It's your policy. Identify. All county employees must show ID. So let's get your ID.
Okay, in the building, you cannot film anything in a courtroom. You cannot stand in the hallway and point the camera into a courtroom. It is not allowed. That's by state statute.
Don't worry. I know the laws. I comply with the laws. This guy just battered me. Do you know what the statute is for battery? Unwanted offensive physical contact. I just told him I don't consent to being touched, and he touched me.
When
So
I tell you to leave, you leave.
no.
You refuse a directive from law enforcement officials. So
Yeah, the only directives I have to follow are lawful directives.
That's not true.
No, I have to do everything you say. So if you tell me to take my pants off so you can look at my dick, do I have to do that too?
It's called reasonable. Okay, so if it's a reasonable request, you do have to.
No, it's called lawful orders. And if it's not a lawful order, all right, yeah, no, you're dismissed. You misunderstand the law.
You have to comply with the rules, basically.
I have to comply with the law. Oh, hey, shut up, buddy. Go ahead and get back in your office.
Just stop a minute. Hang on.
So there's
Yeah.
1% time.
Shh. This guy's he's got a big ego just like this guy.
Hang tight. Let's see if we can let.
Hey, you can let me in. I'm not breaking the law.
All right, well, just hang tight a minute. I'll be right back.
This is discrimination, is what this is.
Actually, what it is, it's you're being disruptive and you're blocking.
Nobody's being disruptive, buddy. He came down here and touched me. I didn't consent to it.
I heard you upstairs are being disruptive.
If he's touching me, I'm going to tell him to stop touching me. Do you get that? What if I come over and start grabbing you all over? Is that okay?
Go ahead
You
and
cool
put
with
your
that?
hands on me.
Exactly. What's going to happen if I put what happens? What happens if I put my hands on you? Hey, de-escalate. De-escalate.
That's exactly.
Yeah, because you guys are violating my rights. I have a right to get into this building. All right, that's why I'm going to argue with everybody, because I've got a right to get into this building, and you guys are discriminating against me because I'm performing a First Amendment protected activity. So why don't you get your act together, read a law book before you go laying your hands on people, you clown. Look at you in that little clown costume.
You go here, it is a public area, and you're being disruptive. It's just
Oh, is that right? Yeah, the First Amendment, it doesn't apply in here. The freedom of speech, it stops at that door. Is that right? What am I going to be held in? Contempt of cop?
You're okay to do whatever you want, just as long as it's reasonable.
Yeah, as long as it's lawful. As long as it's lawful.
Cross the line of reasonable.
No, I am allowed to do whatever I want as long as it's lawful.
As long as
Do you get that?
As long as you're reasonable.
No, because you get to interpret what you think is reasonable. That's why we have laws. Do you get that?
That's not true.
So who interprets what you think is reasonable?
So you're the expert.
I know. I'm allowed to follow the
You're
law.
apparently the expert. Maybe you
Yeah.
should be sitting up on the bench there.
I should probably be there because you clowns don't follow the law, obviously. You're getting a lawsuit for battery. You should probably just walk away. You should probably invoke your right to remain silent and get the hell on out of here. Nobody wants you here. You guys checking that girl out? Checking that young lady out?
Checking out, see who's going to come down here and talk to you next.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. Do you know what that means, where the law ends, there tyranny begins? Okay, what does it mean? Do you know?
Why is it that you are here trying to take control and be in charge?
I wasn't trying to take control of anybody. You're not in charge here, buddy. This is a government office.
More authority than you,
No, you don't. I could put him under citizen's arrest right now if I want to.
More authority than you do.
What? How do you get more authority than me? Who died and did God bestow you upon it?
You know what? I'm sorry, but do you know about common law? Okay.
Oh, I know. Do you know about the Constitution? Have you ever read that thing?
I am really sorry that.
Have you ever read the Constitution?
Somehow, something along the way happened in your past that you feel that
I have to
that I'm
exercise my
that
First
I'm the
Amendment
bad
right.
guy here.
You are.
Okay?
You're sitting here in the same clown costume as this guy
I would
is,
just recommend to go live somewhere else where there's not as much freedom.
where we have where they hold the other 75% of the world's prisoners.
This is a great country.
This is where we have 24% of the world's prisoners. Don't take it for granted. Don't take your job for granted.
Ukraine right now being bombed, right?
Okay, but I'm not. Okay, so I'm fighting for freedom here.
You are allowed in the building. We do have to just keep it quiet because there's court going on in session. So as long as you're not having any courts, down the hallway, you can do in the hallway is fine. Again, like I said, just don't videotape through.
Don't run with scissors. Don't do it. You know what I mean? Right. Everything that we shouldn't be doing.
Yes, like
Yep.
I said,
Get it.
As long as you just keep
Yep.
it quiet, only in the public areas.
Do you want to apologize for laying your hands on me, or you're good off that?
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine.
So can we get a complaint form for him? Or do
Yeah. Where do we get complaint forms?
You can talk to her when you go upstairs.
Yeah, I'm the court administrator, so
I just need it. You work with the sheriff's department, right? You're with the sheriff's department.
I would just call the
Okay. That's fine.
Welcome to the courthouse, where the Constitution gets left at the door and ego runs security. A calm citizen walks in, camera in hand, peacefully trying to exercise his First Amendment right. But that's apparently a felony in this building because one officer immediately puts hands on him. No warning, no law cited, just full-on battery with a side of attitude. When asked for a badge number, I don't have one. Whoa, how convenient. You're enforcing laws but can't identify yourself. That's not law enforcement, that's cosplay, and it only gets better. The auditor asks for the law he's supposedly breaking, and the officers go full mime. Nobody can cite anything, but they sure can shout, bark, and demand compliance with their made-up rules. Apparently, public access means only if you're not filming. One officer even claims he is the law inside the courthouse. Sorry, buddy, you're not the law. You're a public servant in a clown costume. The auditor stands his ground, calls for a supervisor, and drops more legal knowledge than anyone in the building seems to understand. Eventually, one reasonable voice appears, admits filming is allowed in public areas, and suddenly the tension melts. No apology, no accountability, but at least the clown show slows down. So if you're ever wondering where your tax dollars go, it's to fund courthouse WWE tryouts, where rights get body slammed and cameras are treated like weapons. Classic American justice, now with extra ego. Let's continue.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Hi. I'll take a cup of water if you have one.
You want a cup of water. What
Sure.
brings you out here today? Because this is a critical facility here, and you're videotaping secure environment here.
Right. Is that something I'm allowed to do?
You can videotape and stuff like that, but realize this is restricted access here, and there's sensitive information back there, sensitive vehicles and so forth. I'll get you some water if you want to come in.
I'll wait right here if you don't mind.
So, again, please stay away from the edge of the building here.
Is that a lawful order?
Well, I'm telling you that, it's suspicious when someone comes up and they're masked up, they're videotaping our building, people start getting concerns. We don't know who we're dealing with out here.
Sure.
So, we've got a lot of people that work here.
Oh yeah,
that are
that's why I'm here.
Not law enforcement.
I'm here because of all the people that work here.
Okay. Why is that? Excuse me one second. I got
Just hanging out.
I'm off of a cold and I cough a lot. So, not contagious though.
Okay.
So
Well-
what is your concern with people that are working here?
No concern. I'm just here because it's my right to be here.
Okay, yeah, you can be here, but realize, you know, there's governmental operations going on here, and people are coming and going, and they're trying to do business.
Sure.
And if you're interfering with that, we start wondering what's going on.
Sure.
So,
You got a problem?
yeah, you won.
Oh, okay. I'm just wondering why you're trying to come behind me.
Why not?
I don't know. It's your right to do so.
Just like you say you have a right to be on this property.
Right.
He has a right to go wherever he wants to on here.
Right. But that's it's a different story when he's trying to intimidate me. You see the difference? That's intimidation.
There's not an intimidation going
Yep.
on here. What the deal is, sir, is we are out here working. And
Okay.
I would want someone to be standing in our parking lot masked up.
I understand. What's your name, sir?
What's your name?
What's your badge number?
7875. What's your name?
7875?
Yeah.
Okay, we got a pig-headed officer right here. Whoa. Where were we?
I'm in Tucson, Arizona. Where are you?
Same place.
Yeah. Same place. Again, what is your purpose here? You know, you're kind of disrupting the functions of what's going on here because all of us are coming out here to see what you're doing. Because again, this is out of the norm.
You don't have to come out here. You can go back in.
I'm responsible for this building here, so I'm going to be out here making sure everything's okay.
Oh,
We don't know
everything's fine. I'm
we
just
don't know
recording.
who you are. What's that?
All I'm doing is recording, taking pictures. That's it.
Okay, that's fine.
So.
You can record all you want and stuff like that, but when you start interfering with our governmental operations...
Oh, I'm not interfering.
Again, you see the signs that say no trespassing out here.
I haven't trespassed behind those signs.
Okay. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, you can tell me that I'm doing nothing wrong and walk away.
As long as you're interfering with our work here, people are concerned. We have people that are non-law enforcement that work in this building that are not cops, that don't carry guns to protect themselves.
Do they work for the
Protect
public?
They work for the public. They
Okay,
work for
so
the government.
their rights are the same exact as yours,
Right.
which is a perfect servant.
Right. I agree with you. They're public servants as well. They serve our public.
Sure. What's your name? What's your name and badge number, sir? Oh, you're busy now, huh?
Well, it's kind of like, you know, we ask you your name and you just sit there and go, I don't have to give anything.
I don't. I don't work for the government. Sir, what's your name? Fernandez? What's your badge number? Fernandez? Do you have a badge number I can have?
I don't need it.
I do need it.
No.
Your videotape shows what his badge number is.
Yeah.
Shows what all our badge numbers are. It shows who we look like.
Sure.
You don't show what you look like at all.
I don't have to.
Okay, that's fine. We don't have to either.
I know. You can go put a mask on. That's not going to bother me at all.
Yeah, that's fine. What I'm going to tell you right now is don't interfere with anybody coming
Oh, I
and going
won't.
from this building.
The only one that's interfering here is you.
I'm not interfering with anything.
You're interfering from my photography I'm trying to take.
I'm standing in a parking lot that I'm authorized to be in, talking to you. You're talking to me. You're coming up here and videotaping me.
Right. I have every right to.
Yeah, that's fine. And I have every right to stand here.
Oh, of course. And I don't mind it.
And I don't mind it either.
Okay. Then we
So,
both finally agree on something.
Absolutely. So what I'm telling you is don't interfere with vehicles coming and going.
You don't have to give me directives. You don't have to give me directives. I'm not listening to them.
You're not listening to them, okay?
No, you don't have to tell me what I know.
Interfere with anybody. then
It's
you will
okay.
be
You
dealt
could
with
walk away.
appropriately.
You could walk away,
You can
Mr.
walk away as well.
Wiedemann.
That's exactly right.
6414.
Exactly.
Okay. Good.
So I give you credit though. You pronounce my name correctly. Most don't. So good job on that.
Thank you.
So can I at least? My name's Tim. Can I at least have your first name?
No, sir.
Wow. Okay. Be like that. Continue your YouTube games.
Okay. You guys have a good day. I do have one more question before you leave. Well, you kind of do. You're a public servant. It's your job to answer my questions. Would anybody like to answer a question I have?
What is your question?
I would like to know where I can get a complaint form.
A complaint form. You can go
Yes.
online. ArizonaDPS.gov.
Can you get me one here? Because I don't have online.
We do online. You have a cell phone. We do online.
Right, but I don't have a printer and all that good stuff.
You don't have to print it. You do everything
It's
online.
a PDF?
Yeah, it's all, everything is online. azDPS.gov.
I would rather fill it out and make come in here and make a copy and get a receipt that I turned it in and all that good stuff.
Our recommendations are that you do it online. That's how we do everything now.
Okay.
So,
All right. That's your recommendation, but can I get a complaint form?
you can get that online.
You don't have any here available?
I'd have to look.
Okay, I'll wait here while you look. Walk of shame. See if they let me in, guys.
Hello, can I help you?
Yes, I need to come in and get a complaint form.
Okay, the complaint forms are not a physical paper anymore. You're gonna have to do it online.
That's not true, ma'am. By law, you have to give me a complaint form.
I will let you speak to the captain again or one of the troopers, but I do not have physical copies of complaint forms. They are all online now.
Okay, so what you're saying is you can't go online and print it?
You can't.
No, you can go online and print it, right?
No, you need to go online and you can create and.
I don't have access to online printer or none of that.
There's a public library, sir. You can always do that.
I don't do public
Well, let
libraries.
me go ahead and get somebody that can speak to you.
An independent auditor shows up at the Arizona Department of Public Safety to test the public's right to record. But what follows is a perfect example of government arrogance and gaslighting. The auditor peacefully walks the perimeter, documents vehicles, and exercises his First Amendment rights. But instead of respecting those rights, staff begin acting suspicious, some even mocking or hiding behind blinds like children caught misbehaving. Soon an official comes out trying to paint the auditor as a threat. He claims it's a sensitive facility and issues bogus directives, like ordering the auditor to stay away from the building's edge without citing any law. The auditor stands firm, repeating the obvious, this is public property and recording is not a crime. The real showdown comes when the auditor requests a complaint form. Suddenly everyone has amnesia. They say everything's online now, no paper forms available, but legally that's false. Public agencies must provide complaint forms upon request, and the refusal is a violation in itself. Instead of transparency, they shut the door, peek through blinds, and disappear. Another taxpayer gets the runaround, and another agency forgets who it actually works for.
Hey sir, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you? Can I get your name and badge number?
Officer Hidskin, my badge number is 5450.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, so it's my understanding that you've been told not to be inside the building.
It is a public lobby. I am
understand
gathering
that.
content for a story. There is a poster 7 says I can record in there. Would you like to walk in and look at it with me?
No. There's no debate about that. That's not what I'm asking.
Okay.
I'm asking you, were you told by officers that you're not allowed to
Officers?
be?
No.
It's my understanding that
A guy
officers told you
named
you're not
Larry.
allowed.
A guy named Larry.
Mhm. Who's Larry?
I guess he's a postmaster.
Okay.
Which he is wrong, and I am here to buy a stamp on my purchase and record everything.
I'm not disputing that.
Right.
But
I agree.
it's my understanding that police have informed you that you are
No.
not allowed to be inside of this
No,
building.
you are wrong.
Okay.
There was another auditor that does what I do that told me he was detained from this location and trespassed.
Okay.
So-
So what's your name?
My name is Dustin.
Dustin?
Yep.
Okay. Who is
I will only give you my first name because of my rights.
Well, actually, you do have to tell me who you are. So
I only got to give you my first name. And legally, I don't have to give you even that.
actually, you do. But okay, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm gonna wait till my partner gets here so we can get this
Okay.
all straight.
I'm going to walk to the side of the building and just keep
Well,
recording.
I want you to stay right here. Okay.
Am I being detained?
You are being detained.
Okay.
What is your first name?
Dustin, that's all I'm giving you.
Okay, Dustin. What's your date of birth?
I'm not giving you that.
Okay. Well, we'll get to the bottom of it.
That you will.
So, were you here the other day?
I was not.
You were not here.
Nope.
Okay. So, what is the purpose of all this right now?
Just, public
Just to do
knowledge.
this
Just public knowledge.
For fun.
Public knowledge.
Okay.
And can I get a supervisor as well?
Yeah, we'll get one for you.
Thank you. And do you guys have an agreement with the post office to do, in certain post offices have to have agreements with police departments for them to even do, a trespass from any post office.
They can trespass whoever they want from here.
They can't. Unless I've committed a crime, they can't.
Well, the other gentleman, again, I wasn't here the other day. It's my understanding. You may or may not have been here when that happened, so we'll get to the bottom of it.
Okay.
But, what was going on at that day, I'm not going to explain to you because allegedly that's not you. But
Right.
they don't want you here.
They can unless I'm committing a crime. I'm
Sure,
here.
we'll figure it out.
We will.
So.
And this is car number 34 pulling up here at Forest Park Post Office.
Well, I'm going to go inside. His first name's Dustin. He won't give us any more information. I'm just going to see. Is this the same guy that was here before? Pretty sure.
No, I'm not.
He's
No.
alleging he's not, so I don't.
I know the other guy, and that's why I came to tread waters today.
Okay.
Can I get your name and badge number?
Officer Hoff, it's right here.
Badge
Badge 4660.
What if I can't read? That's why when the citizen asks you, you should just tell
Oh,
you.
you're filming me, so it's right there.
I am filming you.
Okay.
Can I get a
Please,
supervisor?
sir. Supervisor for what?
I want a supervisor as well on scene.
Absolutely.
Thank you. So they also do passports here. No parking, fire lane. But yeah, they're on a call. We'll let this one slide. No, I know the gentleman you guys trespassed the other day.
Okay.
And that's why I came to tread waters today.
Okay. Well, you just said you're treading water. Why?
Because it's legal. It's legal.
Okay. Well, it's not legal when you film things when people have their personal information.
I have not even been in there yet.
Well, I don't know that. That's what the other officers here to figure
That's
out.
fine.
Right?
That's fine. And I can
Were
still.
were you here the other day with that other guy?
I was not here.
Okay.
Well,
with that said, let me finish.
Okay.
With that said, he was filming.
Yeah.
When people had their checkbook out and their credit cards.
But that's still
So
legal.
would you-
That's still legal.
It is not.
It is.
They have the management right to say that you're not allowed here.
There is no expectation to privacy in public areas.
Okay, at the post office, which is federally correct.
Yes, public.
Okay, public, but it's federal, but they have their laws and they have their rights.
Yes.
They have their rights to protect their customers.
Yes. Well, that's their protection they should do. As long as I'm in there,
Like it if I came behind you and was filming your credit card number.
it's your right.
No, it's not.
It's your right
You
to
have
film.
expectation of privacy.
You do not in public.
Yes, you do.
So Hoff just said nobody has privacy
you
in
have
public.
expectation of your own privacy with your
You,
own stuff.
you don't.
Yes, you do, sir.
You don't.
Well,
So am I being detained still?
did that officer say stay right here?
He told me I was detained.
Okay, well, you're not detained. You're being stopped and furred.
Okay, so I'm going to walk to the side of the building,
No,
and you know where I'm at.
He comes back, okay? And then we'll figure out.
Then I'm detained. If I'm not detained, I'm free to walk.
You're detained right now. Because
Okay.
we're figuring out what's going on.
Okay. Is that the supervisor right there?
I can't see. No, it's not.
Okay, I'm going to walk over here and get the car information.
Okay, it's car 10.
Car 10. So we got 3 cops here currently from Forest Park. I am being detained. We'll see how it goes. Hi there, how's your day going?
Hi, Officer Hackman. Officer Hackman, he said he's here just to stir the pot.
Can I get your name and badge number?
You can have my name, Officer Hackman.
Yes.
Yeah, it's different.
Can I get your name and badge number?
You can have my name, Officer Hackman.
Badge number?
You don't need it.
Okay.
My understanding is you're not allowed to film. Yeah, that's
I actually talked to Larry. He says I can. I told him I had business.
I've got the printout from the Postmaster General that says you can't.
And that's a lie. I can record. There's a poster 7 in there that says lobbies and foyers and everything.
No, because that's where they're conducting business.
It doesn't matter.
Personal
It
information.
doesn't matter.
It does.
There's no explanation to privacy in public.
It does.
It
Yeah,
doesn't.
no, that's not
But
true.
I am going to go in there and film.
Privately owned.
Well, if you do go in there and film, then you probably will be arrested. I'm just giving you a heads
Well, then you might as well just stay here because I'm about to go do my transaction now and film it at the same time.
Okay. Okay.
Because Larry told me to go in there and do my transaction.
Okay. I think we're talking about 2 different scenarios. Okay. If you want to film your own.
I'm going to film the whole time while in the lobby.
Okay. Slow down for a second. If you're going to film your own transaction and you're going to go in, you're going to do your business and you're going to leave. Okay.
Well, I'm not going to
That's
leave right
one.
away. I'm going to stay around and
Okay.
do some more filming. But
filming
inside there,
other people inside of there that are conducting business.
it's legal.
It isn't.
It is.
Okay. All right. Well, there was a way to figure that out.
Okay.
You are allowed in there.
Yeah.
To film. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you are causing disturbance to others, you know, then it does become disorderly conduct, all that stuff. So
Yep.
then we can.
But if I don't say a word to anyone, I'm just filming. I go do a transaction.
Yeah.
It's all legal.
Yeah, you can do that if that's what you want to do.
Okay.
So.